Hey guys, happy new year. It is a new year, 2017. CES just got finished. I can finally do this goddamn review of this card. I swear to God, it's been a while. So today, I'm reviewing the 980 Ti Classified. I haven't seen many people do a review on this, so I just want to give my 2 cents. Jay. Let's start off with the power of the card. This side of the card, basically, it requires 2 8-pin connectors, okay? There's an EVbot port, which is no longer available. They don't sell the program anymore, and this program allows you to basically overclock the card, monitor the card, monitor the voltage, overclock it in real time. And they don't sell it anymore, and that kind of sucks, and I think NVIDIA has something to do with that. All right, so moving on, the next right next to it is basically a dual BIOS switch, which is nice because I do have one BIOS on here. It's LN2 and normal. So the LN2 BIOS I've customized, and the normal one I left alone. But with the LN2, I customized it, put in my own different BIOS from someone else, which allows me to disable the GPU boost, because when the card goes up in temperature, it wants to clock down, and I basically just want it to stay at a flat rate, and I don't want it to fluctuate. I don't like that. I don't really like that. Right next to that is basically a voltage port where you can monitor voltages, which is what I had to do because there's no EVbot, obviously. So you're able to monitor all the voltages on the card, see where everything is. And this card is really built for overclocking. It does have a 4+3 power phase, which is pretty damn heavy duty. If you look on the side, it does have the EVGA GeForce GTX classified logo, which lights up, and it's not RGB. Now, my thing about this is that it's not evenly lit. It's some places a little dim, some places are bright, slightly, and it throws me off a little bit. EVGA, do a better job next time, please. Thank you. We can see the ports. Let's look at the I/O ports. So we have 3 display ports, 1.2, 1 HDMI 2.0, and 1 DVI-I port for analog connections, so you can connect an old VGA monitor like I have right here. So the cooler is ACX 2.0, and it's double ball. These fans are double ball bearing, which is nice, and from what I've read, it allows, basically, it doesn't use a lot of watts. It uses about 0.82 watts versus 3 and some change, maybe in older generations or other competitors. I'm not really sure. I'm sure all the other competitors are probably using good fans too, but maybe this is probably compared to previous generations. I don't know. I don't even have a 7 series graphics card, but that's nice. So what this allows you to do, because the fan uses less power, it allows you to focus more on the GPU core. That rest of the power is more reserved for the core. You can, not reserve, but you get more power towards the core. So on this card, there is 6 GB of GDDR5 that's clocked at 7 GHz, which is really nice. You got a base clock on the core of 1000 MHz and a boost clock of 1190 MHz. And in-game effective clock, it boosts up to around 1405. Okay, it boosts up to 1405. When it touches 75C, it'll turn down to 1392, and that's why I have GPU boost disabled, because I don't want this. I don't want it to be going up and down like this. Okay, I want it to stay at 1405. So the heatsink is designed in a vertical pattern where it's up. So the air pushes up and it pushes to the back of the card. Now, my issue with this is when the hot air pushes out, it hits the motherboard. And what happens? It has to go down, because it can't go up. It has to go down. So it's pushed down and then comes right back up, gets sucked up into the fans, and now the car starts to get a little bit warmer. Sometimes I'll open up my case. I have a shitty case, and that's probably the reason why too. That's definitely a factor. If you have a case with a fan at the bottom where the graphics card is, you should be totally fine. But when I open up my shitty case, sorry about that. When I open up my shitty case, it's not like a fractal design. It's one of those do-it-yourself thing. I don't know. It's not one of those name brand cases like Fractal Design or something like that, which I love. Fractal, I love you. I open up the case and I put my hands underneath where the graphics card is right here, and I feel this warm pocket of air. And that's kind of the reason why sometimes, even when I'm not overclocking, it'll go up to 90C. But if you have a nice case, okay, you'll be fine. And the case is decent. It's okay. There's 2 front intakes, 2 on the top, 1 on the back. It's totally okay. It's just that I probably should have thought about this a little bit better. Underneath the card, when you open it up, there's a plate that cools the memory, and it cools the MOSFETs. Everything is nice and cool. So everything is nice and cool at the bottom. Oh shit, I hope they don't hate me for this. Everything is nice and cool and will stay nice and frosty. You don't have to worry about anything exploding, overheating, or anything like that. In terms of the benchmark, in terms of the performance, you know, it's basically, this is the previous generation card, okay? The 1070 is out, so you guys already know that, but it is equivalent to a 1070. It's a little bit fast, should be a little bit faster than a 1070, maybe about 5 frames. I'm not really sure. I don't have one, I can't test it, unfortunately, so, but it is a little bit faster than a 1070. Unfortunately, it still costs the same, which I don't think it should be around the same price bracket, because it is 250 watts versus 150. It's more efficient. It does have more features. Speaking of features, some of the key features are dynamic super resolution, NVIDIA MFAA technology, GameWorks, I like that. NVIDIA StreamWorks, you can stream to Shield, NVIDIA G-Sync ready, DX12, GPU Boost 2.0, adaptive vertical sync, surround sound technology, SLI, up to 4-way, no dabs. I mean, I wouldn't, 2-way is just perfectly fine enough. You don't really need to go 4-way. I mean, if you want to, okay, fine. NVIDIA CUDA core, NVIDIA CUDA technology, all your basic stuff that you guys likely already know. The max resolution for this card is 4K. It's 4096 by 2160, which is really true 4K. That's true 4K. Again, I don't know if I said it, but it does require a 600 watt power supply. So it seems fairly okay. I've seen my card used in between 350 to 400 watts. If I overclock it, maybe 450, depending. The CPU is also overclocked. So my 4790K is at 4.7 gigahertz when I was testing this, and that's where I usually keep it, at 1.33 volts, approximately right around there, give or take. And I use about 350 to 450 watts, what I've seen. They're recommending 600, that's fine. As you guys know, power supply over time will degrade. So it's good to have a power supply with higher power, because, you know, it goes down. You don't want something to go pop one day. You don't want that. I know you don't want that. As you can see, the card is a bit higher. I like that. It's a custom PCB, fully custom, 14 plus 3 power phases. You know, and so it's a bit higher than usual, as you guys can see. The height is 5.94 inches, or the length is 11 inches. So go ahead and take that into consideration when you're about to put this into your case. So as for benchmarking and performance, again, it is basically equivalent to a GTX 1070. And all the tests that I've run, all the games that I've ran, there's no issues. It's phenomenal. Just great frames, and it's beautiful. Seeing that over 100 frames per second is just an amazing thing in all the newest games. Battlefield, all the newest games that I got. I don't have every single newest game. I don't have Watch Dogs 2. I don't even have Watch Dogs 1. Unfortunately, I do not. That is very true. But all the games that I've tested that you guys are seeing currently, it's great. Nothing can stop this card. It's a beast. If you have a 1070, love it. There's no issue. There's nothing this game can't run. Nothing at all. Every single game that I've pushed, that I've tested to it, it can run it. Now, you guys are probably asking, Fabian, how come you didn't do 4K? I don't really think it's too relevant with AAA games, but I already did the benchmark. That's why it took so long. I already did the benchmark in 4K DSR, and I have those numbers. I'm not going to display them here. The video would just be too long. I'm going to make another video, a separate video, talking about 4K and this card. Do I recommend this card? This is what you guys want to know. Do I recommend it? Hell yes, but not for over a certain price. I would say $350 is a nice price. Now, I'm not talking about the Classified, because the Classified did come in a little bit more expensive than your other card. So for other cards, like maybe a Gigabyte or something, maybe a EVGA super clocked or a reference card, if you can pick it up for like $280, you're saving over $100 and you have an amazing performance. So, and you can overclock it. Most those are reference cards. They should all NVIDIA 980 Ti should be able to hit 1400 at least. And every single test that was done that you guys have seen, I did not overclock the card. It was stock. Okay, so it's beautiful. And if you do want to know how much I can achieve on this card, I can only achieve 1480. You know, I do get a little emotional sometimes. It's like, it's just 20 more hertz to 1500. I really like that number. It's really nice. Now, I've tried. EVGA allows you, with the classified, they allow you to go up to 1.3 volts, which is absolutely ridiculous because 14 plus 3 power phases. But no matter what I tried, 1.21, 1.22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1.3. I still cannot go above 1480. It hurts. Now, I did have the ability, I could have probably just returned the card and do that, but I didn't even really want to do all of that. And I know I could likely achieve that frequency and maybe even a little bit higher if I water cool the card. I will definitely be able to hit that frequency. I swear to God, I better for now return the shit out this card. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know, leave a comment below on what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.